Umentri Bakhmi yakatana puli puthi hak jylla uba lakmen bui ulong ba kajing penthmai jang sarkar India ya ka National Education Policy kan ajing mentai shibon ya jylla berkumjo ya kari borok kawai namar kanjarap ya kena puli ulong ba kanika polisi bathmai kala banwanra khindiat kajing ya jylla Henry na kaliang katana puli puthi ka jylla kan bisar bnya bha hadu kanno ala ban pyntreikam ya kanika polisi hak jylla Bad ka sarkar gala thauru ya kawai ka komiti ban puli bnia bha ya kani ka polisi bad ka rukam long ka puli puthi hak jylla kumno ban pyntreikam ya kani ka polisi na banta ka jingmantai ki khna puli ulong ba ka jingmantai kalong balingba kani ka polisi ka sarkar India kan hap ban pen kelaru ya ki katto ka ni ki kendon ha ka right to education namar kemba kalong menta ya ka RTE la pyntreikam tang nadu nriu hadu khat sausnem hendai da ka jingpentmai ya ka National Education Policy Lala ban kentup ya kena nadu lai hadu khat prasnam karta nalar kibe jingmantai ya kena puli
See, this is education policy is a very important document for to transform the education system in the country as a whole, and it is a long overdue. And though it is the last education policy is 1986, duly revised in 1992. And subsequently, we have seen, even after that, also there are so many changes. But in this policy, which the government of India has approved yesterday, it is so to say is a major shift in the education in the state and also in the country. From my side, I see that this is the way forward. Of course, the general thing which I have to study in depth, but generally, I see that it is good. It is to take the education system forward. You see, in first and foremost, we have to understand that the pattern of education have been changed. So that instead of 10+2, now the 11 and 12 is subsumed in the secondary levels, that is class 9, 10, 11 and 12. And more importantly, before 3 years and above, below 5 years, it is a non-formal education which are doing in Akanvadi and all. But now, that preschool also have been subsumed into the formal schooling. So, but in this, I foresee that maybe the government of India have to come up with the amendment of the right to education, because as of now the right of the education is 6 to 14 years, but now it is mandatory from 3 to 18. So this is also one of the major shift. And number two is that there is a multi-exit at the whether at the secondary or at the degree level. Because as of now, we have seen that if we drop for 1 year or 2 years, then we get nothing. We have to, unless we pass our exam. But now, suppose now we have finished this first year degree, then we get a course certificate. Then after 2 years, we get a diploma. After 3 years, we get a degree. And after 4 years, we get a 4-year degree course. And in that 4 year, then after 4 years, we can go straight away for research, or we can join our PhD. So this is also a very good move by the government, so that because we cannot deny the fact that many students, due to some reason or other, they sometimes they stop pursuing their studies. So I see this is also a very good move. And number two, which I see is that that the government of India have taken skills as a very important course in this policy, which, if you remember, during last year and all, I have already mentioned that now it is very difficult for the school to prescribe any vocational course. So that's why we have to leave to the parent to leave what is the strength of that area. And now in this vocational studies, after class 6, then we see that the student could take whatever they like. Whatever they like, it depends upon the thing. So for that, we have seen also they have come up with that the report card also it will be holistic in sense not only in the form of map but also in the form of what they know, what skills they have, so that those students the parent they should know. And another thing which I see is very good is that the exam also will be they will change the format of exam that instead of depend mainly on the rote learning, they also have the skills. The exam will have about this descriptive and also the objective to test the knowledge of the student. And also we have seen that the stress on numerology and coding, that also is a very important which I have seen. So I take this as a very positive step. But in the state of Meghalaya, we will have a bit of challenge how to integrate these preschools Akanvadi into the mainstream, because now as of now the Akanvadi center they are in different location and the schools are in different location. And number two, the infrastructure. Now the infrastructure we have to improve. And number three, then the challenge is that the clustering of the school complex. Now in some cluster there are so many different, not only government school are there are so many so to say this minority institution or other institution. How to integrate this into the complex school, that we have to look into. So from our side we will form a committee headed by the principal secretary to study this education policy vis-a-vis the situation in the state and what is implication and how to take it forward for the benefit of the student. Good thing is this, that till class 5 it is a stress on the vernacular study. This is a very good move. So I myself am very happy, and moreover I'm very happy with the government of India. In fact, we have written last year, and in the meeting of the CAP also in Delhi, I have raised the point that status quo in language should be maintained. So that the government of India has accepted as that is also a very good thing. And one important thing, other important thing is that last time if there is no clarity about this diet and this 2 years B.Ed course and the 4 years B.Ed, now we have seen that in this policy there is a clarity. What is the role of the diet? What is the role of the 2 years B.Ed? And what is the role of 4 years B.Ed? So yes, it is a good thing, but the government of India and also the government of the state government, they have to invest more. Without investment, they cannot do anything. To implement this policy, the major investment should be there in the education sector. And I'm very happy that the statement of the Honorable Minister and the statement of in the policy itself, that the government of India intended to take the expenditure up to 6% of the GDP, which is a very good sign, because as of now it's only about 1.6 or 1.7% of the GDP have been spent for the education. So let's hope that this education policy will take forward, will improve the education scenario in the state. And moreover, what I like most is that the multidisciplinary course, where suppose now a student going for arts, for science, instead of taking physics, chemistry and biology, or physics, maths and other subjects, he can take physics, economic and history or sociology. That is very good, because now you have seen the job in the market. We have seen many officers, they pass engineering, but end up working in somewhere. So this multidisciplinary subject course, it is a very, very important for my point of view. That's why I told it is a challenge before there are so many category of school in the state of Meghalaya, but we have to remember that education is a concurrent list. So we have to see also what is to be done in our state. It's not that we have to follow this policy in toto. We have to follow what is best for the student of the state, what is best for the interest of the state.